God says, this is happening in your home. Your own sister is involved in this. My beloved child, I speak to you now with the deepest urgency that resonates from the very core of creation. Hear me, for I am calling you into the stillness of your heart, urging you to listen with an openness that surpasses all the noise of this world. I know the burden you carry, the weariness you feel, the distractions that press upon you on every side, but hear this, do not ignore this message. It is not a casual whisper, it is a divine revelation that must be embraced, for it is happening in your home, and you cannot look away. I want you to understand the weight of what I am telling you, for you are in the middle of a situation that is not just unfolding in your physical realm, but it is a matter that ripples through the very fabric of your spiritual life. It is a matter of the heart, a matter of deep betrayal, deception, and ultimately, the calling for you to awaken to a truth that you must face. I do not speak to you out of judgment, but out of love. I do not speak to you in a voice of condemnation, but in the tender words of a Father who sees and knows all. I urge you, as one who has walked beside you through every moment of your life, to hear me now with clarity, for your own peace and safety. This is not the message you wanted to hear. This is not the revelation you were hoping for. You wish that this would pass you by, that you could continue in the way that you have known, but I tell you, child, it cannot. There is an urgency to what I am saying, and this urgency cannot be ignored. For this is happening in your home, in the very place where you have found comfort and shelter. It is happening in the space where trust was once built, and yet, now, there is a crack that threatens to break the foundation of all you thought you knew. And hear this now, your own sister is involved. Let that sink in for a moment. Your own sister, the one who has walked beside you through the joys and sorrows of life, the one with whom you once shared laughter and tears, is entwined in this matter. I know the deep pain this revelation brings. I know how it feels to have the very fabric of trust torn asunder, to feel the betrayal of someone you loved and considered family. But listen closely, for there is more to this story than just the surface of what you see. Do not be deceived by appearances, for there is much more at work than meets the eye. You see, my beloved child, I do not speak to you as one who stands outside of your situation but as one who knows every hidden thing, who sees the quiet struggles and silent deceits that are being woven into the very fabric of your daily life. I have seen the small moments where the truth has been bent, where intentions have been clouded, where actions have been masked in the shadows. You may not fully understand it yet, but the weight of deception is real, and it is pulling at the threads of your connection to your sister and to the peace that once reigned in your home. It is easy to dismiss the signs, to try and rationalize the moments that do not quite add up. It is easy to close your eyes to the quiet stirring in your heart that whispers, something is not right. But child, I call you to open your eyes and see with clarity, not through the lens of what you wish to believe, but through the lens of truth. Truth, though it may be painful at first, will always set you free. And the truth is, there is a deception at play, a deception that seeks to twist the bond you share with your sister, to sow discord, mistrust, and division in your heart. This is not the first time you have encountered such things. It is a cycle that you have seen before, perhaps not in its entirety, but in fragments. You have glimpsed the ways in which people, even those closest to you, can become entangled in webs of lies. And perhaps, just perhaps, you have allowed yourself to turn a blind eye, hoping that the truth would remain hidden, that the lie would remain unspoken. But the time for silence is over. The time for facing the truth, no matter how difficult, is now. I speak not only to you but to your sister as well, for she, too, is caught in this web of deception. She, too, is being led down a path that will bring nothing but sorrow if left unchecked. I know her heart, and I know that there is still time for healing. There is still time for redemption, but she must first see the truth of her actions. I call her, as I call you, to come out of the shadows, to step into the light of honesty and reconciliation. There is no freedom in the darkness. There is only confusion and pain. But in the light, there is clarity, and with that clarity comes the possibility of healing, of rebuilding what has been broken. It is not easy to face the truth, especially when it involves those we love most. It is not easy to confront the reality that someone we hold dear may be participating in something that threatens to destroy the very bond we share with them. But listen closely, my child, this is the way of love. Love does not turn away from the truth, it does not shy away from difficult conversations. Love confronts the darkness with the light of honesty and grace. Love seeks to restore, not to condemn. Love desires reconciliation, not division. So, child, I ask you now, how will you respond to this revelation? Will you ignore it, hoping it will go away on its own? Will you pretend that the cracks in your relationship with your sister do not exist, and that things will somehow return to the way they were? Or will you step into the truth, even when it feels like walking through fire, knowing that on the other side, there is healing, there is restoration, and there is a deeper bond than you have ever known? I call you to act with love, to seek understanding, to be the one who brings light into the darkness. I call you to speak the truth in love to your sister, to confront the deception that threatens to tear your bond apart. I know it will not be easy. I know the fear and the uncertainty that lie in the unknown. But remember this, I am with you. I will walk beside you in this journey, as I have always done. And in the end, my child, you will find that what was once broken will be made whole, and what was once lost will be found. Do not allow this moment to slip by without taking action. Do not allow the web of deception to continue unchallenged. You are not alone in this. I am with you, and I am calling you to step into the truth. It is a painful step, yes, but it is the step that leads to freedom. Freedom for you, and freedom for your sister. It is the step that leads to a deeper connection, a deeper understanding, and a deeper love than you have ever known. The time is now. The urgency is real. Do not ignore it. I love you with a love that transcends all understanding. My heart is for you, always. Before we continue, I also want to pass on a time-sensitive message from the moon to you, and you need to hear it today. A subtle yet powerful energy will push you to make a critical decision by the end of the week. You won't find the answer in your horoscope, so don't bother looking there. Click the link in the description to see your free personalized video moon reading. I was amazed at how accurate my reading was, and I know you will feel the same. My child, as I continue to speak to you, I urge you to receive my words not as condemnation but as a call to deeper healing, deeper restoration, and a deeper connection with me. My love for you is boundless, and I know the pain that weighs heavily upon your heart in this moment. It is a pain that cuts deep, one that makes you question the very foundation of trust and love you once held so dear. But let me tell you something, the pain you feel now, though real and overwhelming, is not the end of the story. It is the beginning of a journey, one that will take you to a place of peace and wholeness far beyond what you can imagine. Do not despair, for I am with you. I will not leave you, and I will not forsake you. This moment of uncertainty is not one to be feared, but one to be embraced. There is a divine process at work, even in the midst of this turmoil. The process of healing begins with truth, and the truth, my child, is that you are never alone in your pain. I see every tear you've shed, every sleepless night, every heavy heartache that threatens to consume you. I have always seen you, and I always will. My eyes are upon you, and my love for you is relentless. The very fact that you are reading these words is no accident. It is part of a divine design that is unfolding even now in your life. I know that your heart is broken. Perhaps it is your relationship with your sister that has caused the most pain, or maybe it's the betrayal you feel at the hands of someone you trusted. I know the weight of these emotions, and I know how deeply they can wound your soul. But I also know that the healing you long for is not only possible, it is promised. And it begins with an understanding of who you are in my sight and the power of love that I have placed in you. You are not defined by your pain, nor are you limited by your past hurts. You are my beloved child, created in my image, endowed with infinite worth. I see you not as the world sees you, but as you truly are, precious, worthy, and loved beyond measure. Yes, there are scars. Yes, there is brokenness. But those scars are not the end of the story, they are part of your testimony, a testimony that will bring glory to me and healing to others. Every wound you have experienced, every betrayal you have suffered, is an opportunity for you to be shaped into a vessel of compassion, strength, and grace. The process of healing is often a difficult and uncomfortable one. You may want to skip over the pain, to rush through the sorrow and the confusion to get to the other side. But know this, healing takes time. It requires patience, both with yourself and with others. It requires vulnerability, honesty, and trust in my timing. Trust that I am working all things together for your good, even when it does not feel like it in the moment. I will guide you through this process, step by step, and you will emerge from it stronger, more whole, and more deeply connected to the people around you. In your relationship with your sister, I am not only calling for reconciliation, I am calling for transformation. For both of you, the path forward is not merely about restoring what was broken, but about allowing the brokenness to be a catalyst for deeper understanding, deeper love, and deeper healing. Do not fear the discomfort of confronting the truth, for in doing so, you will discover a new depth of connection that you never thought possible. It may seem impossible now, but my love is powerful enough to mend even the deepest rifts. What you thought was irreparable can be restored if you are willing to let go of past hurts and embrace the healing that I offer. You may be wondering, how can this be? How can I possibly forgive what has been done? It is a valid question, one that echoes in the hearts of many who have experienced betrayal. But I remind you that forgiveness is not about excusing the wrongs that have been done. It is not about pretending that the pain did not exist. It is about releasing the burden that unforgiveness places on your soul. It is about giving up the need for control and allowing me to heal the wounds that you cannot heal on your own. It is a choice to lay down the weight of bitterness, resentment, and anger, and to trust me with your pain. Forgiveness does not mean that everything will go back to the way it was. It means that you are allowing the past to remain in the past, not as an anchor that holds you captive but as a lesson that propels you forward. It means that you are giving up your right to hold on to the hurt and allowing my grace to pour over you, to restore you, and to bring you to a place of peace. And forgiveness, my child, is not just for the one who has wronged you, it is for you. It is a gift you give to yourself. When you forgive, you release yourself from the chains that bind you. You free your heart to heal and to love again. You make room for peace to enter your soul, a peace that transcends all understanding. I know it is hard to forgive, especially when the wound is fresh. But I also know the power of my love, a love that is greater than any offense, any betrayal, any wound. When you forgive, you allow my love to flow through you in ways that will bring healing not only to you but to others as well. And remember this, my love is stronger than the pain you feel. It is more powerful than the deception that has been at work in your home. My love is the ultimate healer, and when you surrender your heart to it, you will find that your wounds can be transformed into scars of victory, marks of the strength and grace I have placed in you. As you move forward in this journey of healing, I want to speak a blessing over your life. A blessing of peace, a blessing of restoration, a blessing of joy that comes even in the midst of trial. You are my beloved child, and I am well pleased with you. I am not finished with you yet. Your story is still being written, and the chapters that are to come will be filled with redemption, growth, and joy. I bless you with the courage to face the truth, no matter how painful it may be. I bless you with the strength to walk through the difficult conversations that lie ahead. I bless you with the wisdom to discern what is truly in the heart of your sister, and I bless you with the grace to forgive her and to rebuild the trust that has been broken. I bless you with a deep understanding of my love for you, a love that will never fail, never falter, and never fade. I bless you with the assurance that, no matter what has happened, I will work all things together for your good. The healing that you seek is within reach, and I will guide you every step of the way. I bless you with a heart that is open to reconciliation, a heart that is willing to let go of the past and embrace the future that I have for you. I bless you with the peace that comes from knowing that I am in control, that I hold all things in my hands, and that you are never alone in your journey. Finally, I bless you with hope. Hope that no matter how broken things may seem, no matter how dark the night may be, there is always light on the other side. Your healing is coming, and it will be more beautiful than you can imagine. Trust in my timing. Trust in my love. Trust in the divine process that is at work in your life, for I am the God who makes all things new. I love you, my precious child. Rest in my love, and know that the journey you are on will lead to a place of wholeness and peace that will surpass all understanding. Amen.